firstly, I'll start with my introduction. Like I won't take much time. So I have around 7 years of experience, and from the start of my career, I was working in Informatica Power Center, then moved to IICS. So in Informatica, mainly, I worked on migration projects, the development projects, enhancement, and the technologies. If I talk about, I worked on Snowflake, from database side, the Snowflake and other databases like Oracle, Teradata, DBA, and also I have experience on AWS side as well. So mainly the deployments, I worked on deployments as well, and the hypercare after the production, after the go live. So yeah, I have worked on mainly all of the projects. I would say in other domains as well, like the banking sector and pharma sector, healthcare. Like if you are aware of the clients, I can name like Kellogg's, Novartis, and few other clients. So I work for them as well. And last in 2024, I was on site for 1.5 years. So that was a pure bank project. I deployed into the bank, so I worked on banking sector as well. So yeah, that's all from I mean, about my career. If you guys can tell me, anyone like who would like to go first, Sai or Raghu? Just an basic introduction.
Yeah, I'll do it. Hi, Monica. Hi, Chandu. Yeah. So I've been having experience in Informatica like for around 1 year in the Tiro Prize. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
be dealing with the all Informatica suite and also with the SnapLogic, MDM, Power Center, IACS. So I can say like not that much experience, around like 1 year of experience on the basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm also planning to get more information through these sessions and classes. Yeah, that's much about me. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And what about Sai-chan?
Yeah. Hi, Monica. Hi, Raghu. So, I have my name is Sachin. Like, I have 1.5 years of experience in Java. So, I don't have any experience in Informatica Power Center. So, I am new to Informatica.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's it about me.
Mhm. And I see Pradeep also joins. So Pradeep, do you have experience in Informatica or you're also new to Informatica?
Hey, I have a little bit of experience in Informatica. I've been working from last 5 to 6 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. So then you want to, get some knowledge on Informatica Advanced transformations, or what is your expectations?
Uh, so uh, I'm just to check the demo class. So Raghu and Sachin are our employees. So this is a demo class, right? I'm just gonna be in
Mm-hmm.
this class and see how it goes, and I'll talk to Raghu and Sachin after the class about how they understood and how they're feeling. So I'm just here to attend the demo class. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. So, okay, then that's fine. I'll share my screen.
So,
So,
may I know your name, please?
Monica.
Okay, hey Monica. So, how are you going to start with? So, are you going to start with the basics
Mm-hmm.
that required for Informatica, Power Center, and data quality? So, how are you going to start with?
So today I plan to go with basic architecture and then I'll go
Mm-hmm.
with the syllabus. So if they both Sai and Raghu feels like adding anything into the syllabus, then we can incorporate that. And as you are here, you can also like as per your project, as per your company needs, you can check
Mm-hmm.
the syllabus and you can add or remove from the syllabus. So we can always incorporate the new changes. So if the syllabus for you, the syllabus is good, you are okay with it, then we will go ahead and start the main training.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I'm looking for, right? So, Sachin is pretty new to the Informatica and he doesn't have any basics.
Mm-hmm.
Raghu has been working for a year, but he's because similar to Sachin, he has some working experience, but I don't think he's fully understood the tool so far.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want you to start with the basics.
Yes.
So, what are the requirements for the power center? Let's say they need to know about Linux and they need to know
Mm-hmm.
about Oracle. Those are the prerequisites for Power Center, right? Uh, so if you can start in that way, that would be helpful for them to understand what are going here in the real subject, I mean, real platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can start with the overall architecture overview and all, and then yes, slowly we can get into the actual syllabus.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure, sure. We'll add those points as well in our syllabus. Okay. So, Informatica Power Center. I mean, Informatica Power Center is an ETL tool. Basically, it's an extract, transform, and load. So if you see, this is the architecture diagram. So here, extract, you mean extract meaning it is extracting the data from different sources, and transform meaning in Informatica we have different transformations available. So you can use those transformation to apply your logic, to apply business requirements, business conditions, and transform that data. And L meaning loading, you can load the data into the target. So here if you see the sources, so sources can be your database, your flat file, your CSV file, your XML file, anything, any sources you can use. And after that, transformation comes into the picture like sources. Here we have Informatica components. So in Informatica, we have mainly the four component, and integration is also a part of it, where we will be working mainly on Informatica repository, Informatica designer, workflow manager, and workflow monitor. So I'll just give you one liner information about the Power Center client as of today. Then we will go into deep. So Informatica repository, I would say it will save the metadata. So as Sai is working on Java and Raghu is having some experience, so they know what metadata is. So basically, repository we use for deployment purpose. It will store all the metadata information. And here in Designer, Informatica Designer is used to develop our ETL mapping, ETL job. It has source, target, and our transformations. So you can apply all your business logics in the Designer. And workflow manager. So workflow manager, you will develop here the workflow and the session. There's one more task added here, which is session. So workflow is, what I can say, it will drive your ETL mapping which you develop. So it gives us a path. And monitor, you can monitor your running job or your scheduled job. Here in the monitor, you can monitor those. So this is the basic work. This is the basics of these components will do. And in the back end, I would say integration service will work, because all the connections and everything is based on integration service. So these also comes into the picture when you are running your job or your scheduled job is there. So if your integration service is down, meaning there won't be any load. So that is a key part of this Informatica, I would say. And sorry. And also, once you have developed ETL flow and load the data, then target comes into the picture. So we have target which will load the data. So let's say you have database, so you will load the data into any of the table, or you can save the data in flat file. If you have the client used, the flat file is being used or CSV file is being used for further purpose, so that can be done based on the requirement. And all these connections are based on mainly ODBC connections. Let's say if you can see, the source and integration is connected with ODBC drivers, and the integration service and the power center client are TCP IP connections. So that's the basics of Informatica architecture. We'll go into deeper more in our next sessions. And also we will have Informatica administrator console. So here in administrator, you will be able to create a group, or you'll be able to give access to any of the person. Or if your integration service is down, then this administrator part comes into the picture. So in that console you can, or you can start your integration service, or all the access related things that can be done via Informatica administrator console. This is the basic architecture, I would say, the overall. And the course content, for now I have developed like for a fresher, because we will go into the Oracle SQL in detail first. So we will have deep dive. Even though if you have some experience or some knowledge on SQL, it's well and good. If not, then we can go ahead with the Oracle SQL first, because in Informatica, in transformations, we had to write SQLs. And if not in Informatica, then in Oracle also, to check the data, to check the output, to check the source, SQL is used everywhere. So we will go into the deep dive of the SQL, like the schemas, basic SQL commands, and basic operations in SQL. So we will check. And if you feel like adding anything into the SQL, we will add it here as well. And also main is we will check the analytical function, rank, bench rank. And there's one more row number that also we will go ahead. Subqueries, indexes plays main role into the Informatica. If that comes into, if we are going with the bulk load and in performance in towards the performances. So those are the, common things, and those are easy to learn, no worries. So any questions till now?
No, Monica.
Okay. Then in module 2, we will go with the basics of ETL and Informatica. So in Informatica, we have some data warehouse concepts as well, because we will be using some fact tables, some dimension tables, and other dimension table types. So we will go deep dive into the data warehouse concepts. Then ETL overview, Informatica overview, like the architecture I showed, I have just given high level summary. So we will go into the deep dive, and some informatic components of Informatica, which involves, uh, designer, workflow manager, those with some basic null, not null, and real functions. And we will go few more functions in Informatica, but null, not null, and real, call sec, those functions we used very commonly. I mean, it's very common to use while developing mapping, ETL mapping. So we will check those functions as well. Then we will go deep dive into one of the Informatica component, which is repository manager. So what is repository manager, how we can configure the domain, the port number and other and types of repositories in real time. There are different types of repositories that we will check, and how those repositories can be used. Then creation of folders, those also. Then we will go with Informatica Designer. That is the second component of Informatica. So we will first go the overview usage, then tools available in Designer, and we have source analyzer, creating source, types of sources. So those we will go into the deep dive of the source, and then generating and executing SQL. This will come when you are working with source as a database. So how you will write the SQL override into the Informatica in source qualifier. That point, this executing and generating SQL comes into the picture. Then warehouse designer, how we will use the designer in Informatica. Then creating of target, types of target, and the different transformations. We have a lot of transformations in Informatica, so we will go deep dive into all the transformations, and we will have, you know, example practical sessions. So here if you see Informatica Designer, I have given mention all the transformations here, so we will use all of them in our practical sessions. And then we have mapping designer and creating mappings and maplet. So maplet is also one of the, feature in Informatica Designer that also we will be using, and we will be having a practical sessions as well in maplets, because this is also useful when you're working on complex mapping on complex requirement. So maplet is also the one main part, so we will check that as well. And in Informatica Designer, like transformations, we will check all of those transformations. Connected lookup, we will have a lot of examples on connected and unconnected lookup, because this is used in almost every mapping, and some lookup caches. So other transformations also we will be going through, but we will take a long time and long discussions on connected and unconnected lookup. Yes. And next we will go with some reusable objects. There in Informatica we have some of the reusable transformations available that we can use. The maplet and worklets are reusable, so we will check how we can develop the maplets and how we can reuse maplets and worklets. Those also we will check. And then we have another component of Informatica Power Center, which is workflow manager. As I told you during the architecture, we have the source target connection. It's mainly for how your job will flow, the connection details, and all the source and target connection details you will be giving here. Whether it's a flat file, ODBC, you can how to create a relational connections. That also we will check here, ODBC and other relational connection with the database. That comes into the picture in Workflow Manager, and there are different types of tasks available in Workflow Manager. So that also the use of task and why that those tasks we should use in our mapping, when to use them, those tasks we will be checking. So one of the task is command task that we will go. Then we have some event wait, event trace, timer, assignment, decision, email. So this is again it's a duplicate, so I'll remove that. But event wait, event trace, though all those tasks are very useful when you are working, on parallel flow, and when you are working on workflow which is dependent on other session or other workflow, so those tasks are important. And also email task is the one when you want to send an email, whether it's a failure or success email. So this task is used, so we will check all of them. And then our next module is sessions and workflow. We will go again deep dive into the session, like creating sessions, reusable session, creating the entire workflow. After understanding all these tasks, we will create our workflow and see how those tasks will work. Okay, that's the thing we can check. Then next is workflow monitor. So this is another component of Informatica. So in workflow monitor, you can monitor the all the jobs you have, the one which is running, the one which are scheduled. You can get all the details in Informatica monitor. So how this Informatica workflow monitor looks like, we will check. There are multiple things in Informatica monitor, like how to get the session logs, workflow logs, how to debug them, everything we will check. How to schedule the workflows, how to schedule, how to reschedule everything. And we have start, abort options, those or stop, those options also we will check when to use and why to use those options in workflow monitor. Okay, and after understanding all those Informatica components, we will go with performance tuning and optimization technique. So these technique, performance tuning and optimization, is required in real time projects. So I'll simply give an example. So let's say yesterday your load was working fine with lots of like records, and today it's not working as in not able to load the data. It's keep running. So that time performance tuning and optimization techniques we can check. There are few more scenarios as well. This is just a basic and easy to understand scenario I am giving. So that time we can check whether it's a performance issue or what. So that time our performance tuning techniques, the types we can use, and we can check the bottleneck, and if there is any optimization required, so we will check that as well. Optimization overview, types of optimization. There are different types of optimization techniques that we can apply to that scenario in that case. So that also, these performance tuning and optimization techniques are very important, and sometimes it's quite confusing for few people. Sometimes it's easy also. If you understand the performance tuning techniques and optimization technique easily, then it's very easy to, you know, handle your ETL job, the ETL job which are having a lot of records, because in real time the records are, you have a lot of records, so it's easy. So we will take time in understanding performance tuning and optimization techniques. So, and we will have some examples as well, some session on this. Then next is we will go with some practical sessions. So we have some advanced topics, advanced topic as in SCD type 1, this is SCD type 2. So these SCD type 2 is used in every alternate mapping, I would say, depends on the requirement. So we will have a practical session on all these SCD types. Type 1 and type 2 is mainly used. We have other types as well, type 3, type 4, but in real time we mainly use type 1 and type 2. So we will have a dedicated session for this. And also all those advanced topics are mainly the creation of mapping, the detailed creation of mapping, like fact loading. Then we will understand some mapping variables, parameters, and then we will have incremental loading. This is also, important topic, I would say, because in real time incremental loading is must. Few of the few of the business needs delta load, few of the business needs incremental load. So we will go ahead with incremental loading, and delta load also we will check. But this comes into the picture when you're working on real-time project and the versioning. And We will go with some different repositories, some different environments like dev, QA, production environment in our. We can check that in our repository when we are going through our repository manager. There we can go ahead, then copying objects, deployment group, and the deployment group comes into the picture when you want to deploy your project, your mapping into the production or into the QA when you have developed in development environment. So deployment group, how deployment group works, how to deploy your objects, how to export your object, develop your objects, and after exporting how to re-import them in other environments. That also we will check in this session. So these are the advanced and important topics, and we have few more important topics like parameter file. Parameter file is also one of the important topic in Informatica Power Center, I would say. So we will check how to create a parameter file, how to assign the values into the parameters, how to use those parameters in our mapping. All these we will check during parameter file session. And we will try to create dynamic target file, because some of the business needs a file with a specific name with timestamp, or there must be a different requirements. So how we can generate a file dynamically, that we will check. And after that we will have a mini projects which will include all those information, all those topics. So it will have source to data load, source to stage, stage to dimension, and we will have some SCDs. We will use some dynamic file, how you will store the data in dynamic file, how you will load the data in target. So in mini projects we will have um, 2 to 3 projects which will include all the topics we covered in Informatica sessions. And few of the in again advanced topic, I would say, as though Sai and Raghu is already working on project. So I am not sure whether they will be okay with this. Otherwise, I can go ahead with interview preparation, because there are some of the questions that are commonly asked or commonly in mostly interviews. So I can go ahead with interview preparation, common questions asked in interview. I can share the dummy questions, and we will have some mock sessions for them, how to appear, how to introduce, how to answer the questions. Those we can check here in advance in module 9. Once this Informatica part is completed, then we will go with IDQ, Informatica Data Quality. So here we will understand the basics of data quality, IDQ architecture, tools, and their tool types. And in IDQ, we have some data profiling, data cleansing. Those things also we will check. And even data profiling, data cleansing will come in Informatica Power Center as well. So sometimes usually we do it in CSV file, or we do it in database side. So and using some transformation, so that also I'll go ahead and explain in Informatica Power Center as well, how we will do it using transformations and at database side, so that our Informatica job performance should enhance. That we can check. And there are some reusable objects, workflows, that also we will check it in data quality and the connection details. And in we will go ahead with some troubleshooting, as in there are some of the common errors we will receive in Informatica as well as in data quality IDQ. So we will have a dedicated session for troubleshooting as well, so that I can show them the common errors and how to troubleshoot those errors, so that we can go ahead and check those details as well. So yeah, that's all from this syllabus side. So do you guys have any questions or any add-on to the syllabus or any corrections or
Okay.
even mm-hmm.
Yes, Monica. Yeah. So thank you for the demo. Yeah. So pretty much that you have covered all the development kind of things, right? All the modules that are belongs to development. Do you also uh, cover admin related activities and admin related topics?
Yes, we will cover those topics
Yeah.
as well because
So, right. So our job is we are working as informatic administrators actually. So we will
okay.
deal with the ETL developers. It is good to have the development knowledge for us,
Mhm,
but I prefer more towards the classes towards administration
mhm,
on how the actual informatica tool works, right? So
mhm,
uh, I would say 50% of, I mean, 100% of administration and knowledge towards the development would be a good. So that's what we are looking for. Uh,
mhm. Okay, so what I will do is I will add more topics on administrator side, the
Mhm.
detailed explanation, more sessions, and I will have overview or some explanation on development side. Will that be okay? Because here I have added some examples and some real time, you know, topics here which are used in development projects in day-to-day life. So what I will
Right,
do, I
right.
will yes, SCDs, the incremental load,
Yeah,
those.
yeah. You don't need to go in depth of the topics. Maybe just a brief overview would be a good after the
Mhm,
administration and all. Yeah. So how I want, right? So everything about the administrator. So when I say administrator, we need to go through the basics of Linux, and we need to go through the basics of database and how we install
mhm,
and what are the caveats and what are the issues that we face
mhm,
in Informatica administration. I mean, as per the administrator view, right? So I want you to explain about them whole admin console and about the services that we create and all the tabs and all the properties that
mhm.
exist, right? So after that, we can start with
Yes.
the client tools and uh, all the things that we do, right? In the clients
Mhm,
create what sources, targets, transformations, sessions, and all, and
mhm,
how do we deal with the issues when job runs, maybe performance issues or
mhm.
outage issues, how to deal with that, and connectivity issues, how to create connections and all, how sessions will be created, like kind of that, that modules I'm looking for. So more
Okay.
towards admin and uh, development. Not, I don't need an in-depth development.
Mhm,
You may not need to uh, you know teach about the logic, what logic are we going to use, and all the performance optimization performance for the mappings and all, right? So
mhm.
those we may not need. So for at
Got
least,
it.
yeah, this the job roles is more towards administration. So uh, it is
Okay.
better they knew
Mhm,
the full functionality of the tool
mhm.
rather
I got your point.
than
Yes. Mhm,
developing the mappings and all, right?
mhm.
Yeah,
Okay, so I will prepare this course content accordingly then, because this course content is pure for
a
development
developer.
side.
Yeah,
Yes,
right,
for the
right.
development. So I will prepare. I mean, I'll add your points as well. I'll add more of administrator parts there, the
Mm-hmm.
troubleshooting and the overview of console, how to use the console, how to use monitor, the logs,
Yeah,
all those different tabs from the administrator, the service tab, all the tabs from administrator side. So I will add those topics into the content, and yes, I'll
right,
add more.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
and for
So this
developments.
is how we goes, right? So we'll start with the basics. So what are needed? What are the prerequisites to install the power center, and then how do we install and all, right? So
Mhm.
and how developers use the Informatica Power Center. Suppose repository manager. So what is that repository manager for, and how
Mhm.
we use the repository manager, and how developers use the repository manager? Because in our organization, right, we developers have only limited type of access. They can only code in
Right.
dev. All the migrations and all we will be doing it. So I would like these folks to
Mhm.
get that knowledge as well. So they have to uh, have full knowledge of what are all the objects that they migrate in Power Center, right? So for
Mhm.
suppose and how it is related to workflow and how it is related to mapping the chain, the parent objects and all, right? So that would be better if you give those type of modules, right? That would be help for them to work with the developers on migrations and all.
Mhm. Yes, yes, I can understand because I also worked on deployments and all. So sometimes I also did deployment by myself when admin folks are not available. So I know.
Right.
So yeah, I will add those because deployment is the main part, I would say, and the
Yeah.
service.
So, I mean, we don't do it manually. We have developed
Mhm.
a internal tool using that all PM rep commands. But sometimes we
Okay,
do, but we have to. We have to have full idea about all the objects that
right.
we use right in Informatica, so that the developers use, because they
Mm-hmm.
may come up with multiple. Every day they come up with 100 types of questions. So it will be better to get all the knowledge.
Right, correct, correct.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll prepare the content accordingly, no problem.
yeah. So data quality, we have very minimal footprint in our organization. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, maybe 5 to 10 classes of data quality would be good. Even that it
Mm-hmm.
is related to all administration. How do we so different services will be different between the power center and data services, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, even in the data quality we are seeing for administration.
Okay, in data quality also admin part you are exploring more.
Right.
Okay, okay. So I'll add
Yeah.
that also accordingly then.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Any other suggestions or any other questions?
So Raghu and Chandu, do you guys have any questions? How are you feeling? Maybe I'll take this offline. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. So I'll ping your company or
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
yeah,
can contact HKR.
yeah, I'll contact. I have a number. I can message to them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sure. So when are we going to start the classes? I mean, if everything goes good, what is the course duration?
Course will be minimum of 25 to 30 hours because
Mhm.
it will take some time, and the timings and when it will be started that HKR folks can confirm because based on the availability of Saich and Raghu, so they will schedule the classes accordingly.
Yeah, I think this would be the pretty much time they will be available.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
so yeah, this will be the timing. Yeah, yeah, we'll discuss it further. So I'll give you an update in a couple of days.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's thank
Okay.
you everyone.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
thank you. Bye.
Monica.
Thank you.